The fastest animal on land is about to set foot on the Indian subcontinent. A trim here, a last minute tuck there. Kuno National Park is being given a facelift in preparation for its new guests. Senior officers from the Madhya Pradesh Forest Department, the Environment Ministry at the centre, and scientists from Wildlife Institute of India are in a last minute huddle to ensure nothing goes wrong when the big cats arrive. It's not easy reaching here, but 18 hours and 600 kilometers on the road, we've arrived. A 5 square kilometer massive soft release enclosure has been created within the national park. This may be called as a soft release into these enclosures, and yet this vast expanse of the habitat that is within these enclosures also has to be managed. On the dinner plate for the cheetahs are cheetahs that have been brought in from other protected areas and released here. And while it's moving in day for the cheetah, it's moving day out for the leopards. The absence of a prey base was a big concern, and that's why spotted deer were brought in, as many as 200 from Pench Tiger Reserve. Surveillance cameras, state-of-the-art wildlife technologies, and behind me the vast expanse of the soft release enclosure that has been built. There's an entire battery of people, from scientists to forest guards to forest officers to policymakers, who are monitoring the release of the cheetahs in their new home. And yet, there are skeptics who argue and are questioning what is the long-term conservation value of this project. Wildlife biologist Ravi Chelam has spent a lifetime working on big cats. He was one of the first to question the sustainability and scientific validity of the translocation.
Such level of investment is not done in India for any other conservation project. And to be investing on what are essentially African animals, when the Great Indian Bustard, caracal, and the lion, and much more, denizens of our grasslands and open forest ecosystem, and the habitat itself. Let's not forget that the grasslands are continuing to be categorized officially as wastelands. If we can't get those right, a bunch of cheetahs coming from Africa, and that too on a 15 to 50 year time frame, is not going to resolve any problems. That even if this project succeeds, it'll end up being a glorified safari park.
Work on restoring Kuno began 18 years ago, but not for the cheetah, rather for another endangered big cat, the Asiatic lion. With only a handful left in Gujarat, a second home would have helped the conservation of the species. So this is the main entrance gate from where you can go inside Kuno National Park. And I want to draw your attention to the artist's impression here of all the animals you can expect to see inside. There is, of course, the cheetah, but there's also the Asiatic lion. Interestingly, Kuno was actually prepared as a second home for the lion, but that translocation has not happened.
Kuno has been ready for the lions for more than 5-6 years now, and that's what is being stolen, literally, from the lion to be given over to African cheetahs, and that is indeed a tragedy.
Conservation giant Dr. M.K. Ranjit Singh disagrees. He, in fact, has been the most ardent supporter of the cheetah translocation.
The cheetah can come in now, and someday, after the cheetahs settle down, the lion can still come. There is nothing to prevent that. The introduction of the cheetah is the beginning of the end of a long struggle to get them back into India. And the real work starts now. The project doesn't envisage keeping cheetah in captivity alone. They will be released into the wild. So it's not a safari park syndrome alone.
So how do the original inhabitants of Kuno feel about this entire exercise? We visit the Saharias, a tribal community whose lives were intricately tied once to Kuno. 18 years ago, this village hamlet was once found inside the park. Indian laws do not allow people to be forcibly evicted, so a comprehensive package was prepared by the Madhya Pradesh Forest Department to ensure the relocation was handled sensitively. People were given land and money as compensation to assist them in their new life. Atpal was just 18 when he was asked to move out of the national park. Access to hospitals or schools, he says, may be easier now, but life has not been easy. The land allotted by the government was not fertile. To make both ends meet, he now works as a daily wage worker. They say it takes the flutter of a butterfly to send a hurricane across the world. In this case, the flutter of the wings of the aircraft carrying the African cheetahs, some believe, will start a new chapter for Indian wildlife conservation. Some scientists question the validity of this extremely expensive translocation. What cannot be denied is that the world's attention is today on Kuno. Oddly, it's taken a big cat from Africa to revive this forgotten part of India. In Kuno National Park, Bahar Dutt.